Hey guys, this is Dal, and welcome back to Wizard World Day 2 Comic-Con in Madison. With me again is Biscuit.
Hello guys.
Yesterday, I know we promised a recap at the end of the day, but by the end of the day yesterday, we were just so wiped. We didn't even go to the after party that we said we were going to.
Would have been amazing anyways, but, well...
Right.
Sure, we could just YouTube some tapes or whatever.
Yeah, we'll throw some links in the description below if you want to catch some other footage and stuff. I'm sure Wizard World took some at their own site and their own YouTube channels. So let's see, what did we do? We started off the day yesterday. We climbed in a costume. We'll get some pictures.
His was pretty amazing. Cyclops.
I actually got stopped a couple of times, probably half a dozen times at least for photos and stuff like that. I was kind of impressed considering it was I put zero effort into that costume pretty much. Nick got pissed off at his and said, "Screw this, I'm not doing it." So he butthurt. And
well, I'm prepared, and well, what happens? I lost some stuff that I was going to use for it, and ended up mediocre, and decided to just stop halfway through.
Yeah, and you were a lot more comfortable for it, I'm sure, compared to me.
Right.
It was warm in that jacket.
Oh, yeah.
So first thing we did yesterday, we had our Lou Ferrigno photo up. They zoomed us in before we even knew what the hell was going on. It was, it was like somebody gave us a roofie or something, date, rape, drug, just
yep.
had their way with us and then sent us on our way. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So the photo turned out horrible. I was standing in line just sweating my ass off. The glare off my forehead was like Jean-Luc Picard shit.
I tried striking a pose. On the spot, tried making an angry face. Well, turned out to be more of a derp face, but you guys will see that later on.
Yeah, I'm going to show it here, actually. But, I was giving him a hard time because he was trying to practice his mean face, and I'm like, dude, do it again. He was docile Wolverine yesterday, and that was kind of the running joke for the morning. But
yep.
After that, what did we do? We ended up breaking into comics, breaking into video game industry.
Right.
It wasn't so much breaking into the video game industry as it was what was his name? Jason Hayes from Critical Hit. He's Blizzard's lead composer. I believe it was Jason Hayes. How about I just look? They have this right here anyway.
His name, I think his first name was Jason, though.
I know it's Hayes. It's got to be. There's a lot of Jasons. Jason David Frank was here.
Yep.
He hosted the costume contest at the end of the day. A lot of fun. Pretty funny. He's doing a karate class today.
I'll be attending that for sure.
I might just go look for the lols. I don't know. Anyway, it was Jason Hayes, from World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. He did all the composing for that, but mostly they talked about music. A little less than what I thought the panel should have been. Of course, I didn't really read the description, so yeah. But it was all about that. They didn't give us the performance we were supposed to, so we ended up coming away with.
We each got one.
A copy of this Critical Hit poster. They were all right. We caught a bit of their actual contest, the concert later, and they were doing a lot of signings, which I was just too lazy to go over and get done, personally.
Yeah, plus the costume contest was about to start, too, so...
Yeah, there was a little conflict there, so we just said screw it. I did not sign up for the costume contest. I was told by a few people, including some of the talent on the floor, like Victor and things like that. But I'm just like, nah, that's all right. I didn't actually put any effort into it, so I don't deserve to win anything anyway. Not that I would have. There were some really amazing costumes yesterday. But let's see, what other swag did we get? Because after that, we hit a couple of panels. I did not get to the Tom Cook animation one. I'm kicking myself in the ass, because that probably would have been really good for me. But I needed a freaking break. So...
Yeah, I picked up, I got my own Oki Cosby. Is that her last name?
Yes, Oki Cosby.
Oki Cosby piece. Starfire. I really like...
The Starfire costume?
The green eyes, and the whole outfit. That's great, too.
Right.
Looks really like her.
Signed to Nick.
Signed, yeah.
I told her to write Dick, and she almost did. She laughed, but she didn't. And didn't want to ruin his piece if he was paying for it.
Right. And, let's see. a Deadpool Wolverine mashup.
Sorry about the glare.
Yeah.
We're kind of limited on lighting in here, so.
I believe it's from, an independent artist, Coons. Maybe Javier Coons. I forgot his name.
We might check up on that today at the con and get back at fix that, whatever. I checked out some other really cool artists. Well, I did a lot of walking around yesterday, a lot of it. I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. We stopped at we were back at Victor's because we were talking with him at the Drink and Draw Friday night about a lot of things, and we found ourselves going back there quite a bit because he's really personable guy. He did a lot of the hosting. He co-hosted the costume contest last night. Got a really good presence. Really all around just a great guy. Pretty talented as well.
Yeah.
He does draw and write his own comics. Nick actually picked up some of those.
I got the whole set of the Samaritan comic, and this first one is exclusive cover for Wizard World, and it's a pretty good comic. I'm pretty new to the whole comic scene, and I read it all actually last night. It's basically about an African American Superman who goes around the city and specifically this one part of the slums, and he just kind of helps people and takes care of crime.
Get down, crime. Get down. I picked up a piece of his. I saw that he had some 8-bit art out there. I'm kind of a fan of that. I do that a little bit on the side myself. I picked up his very last copy of this 8-bit print. Let's see if I can angle it so it doesn't pick up the light here. Of the Avengers. There we go. Sorry, you can see my screen reflecting on there, but deal with it. Signed it. But if you could see the site there for his 8-bit stuff, VIP 8bits.tumblr.com. Got him sign it. Pretty good. Obviously went into 16-bit for some of the detail, but we won't hold that against him. Some of the other artists that really caught my eye, I was in a haze, so I didn't really catch everyone. I'm sure I missed more than a few. I didn't see one artist that I just thought was crap at all. I didn't see one. But the two that stood out for me was John Hoba, who created Apocalypse City, Captain Artichoke, and Night of the Smurfing Dead. Some really good work there. And I will. You can find him on Facebook at. Let's see. I got a card here. Find him on Facebook at facebook.com/evilhoban, EVILHOBAN. And another one that really stood out was Jordan Gunnarsson illustration. A lot of really cool originals. A lot of the style, the classic comic style from when I was back in the 90s when they were doing comics and stuff like that. He really stayed true to form with the style that I grew up with and personally liked and basically learned how to draw from. And you can find him at DeviantArt or Art of Jordan Gunnarsson on Facebook. DeviantArt, it's Arcia, ARCIAH.DeviantArt. And check those two out. So that was pretty much most of the swag we got. I picked up something for my son. Hopefully I can exchange it because they gave me the wrong shirt. But, I had to pick one up.
Still cool.
Yes. If they don't have the size of the one that I want, then they don't have the size of the one I want. And luckily, my dad is technologically inept, so he will never see this video. Or even if I were to post it right now, he would never see this video before he gets to open the shirt. So no spoilers. So that's good. And picked him up some custom Legos because he's a big Lego freak. I got him a Hulkbuster. Pretty sweet. Juggernaut. He's probably just going to look at him and say, hey, that's cool. And then they're going to go in the gigantic box of Legos never to be touched again. Hulk. These are all custom. All custom made. There's something rattling around in here. I don't know what it is. Probably dropped a piece in there and he said, screw it. It's just for a bunch of nerds at Comic Con anyway. I went back. There was a bunch of custom Minecraft ones. These are all about $5 a piece, but if you bought 4, you get one free. And the glare is horrible, but it's a Steve Minecraft Steve. And they had a bunch of them, but this was the very last Minecraft anything custom Lego that they had. So sorry, bud. It's what you get. That was only 4. What was the 4? Oh, there was one more.
Yep.
As I said, I bought 4. I got one free. Where's the fifth one? You stole the 5th one, didn't you, bastard? Oh, there it is.
Showed it to me last night. I couldn't help myself.
Snagged it, yeah. And it's a custom Wolverine. I know, it's crap. Sorry. But, you should like some of them. Maybe, maybe not. If he doesn't, oh well. He didn't really say that he wanted anything, so whatever. He's a spoiled brat anyway.
Despite all the awesome, cool toys here, I'll probably just stick around with the artwork and get a couple more pieces today. Right. Specifically, I might pick up one Arrow art piece and probably from the Mike Rail station. And yeah, that's about it.
I'm probably going to pick up a couple more. We got our Billy D. Williams photo op before we hit the road today. So I will put that in tomorrow's recap. Well, Sunday's recap. This is Saturday's recap. What else? So yeah, the whole focus of yesterday, regardless of everything else, was the costumes. There was so many really, really well done costumes, or really well bought costumes, whichever way you want to look at it. And of course, when it comes down to it, the ones that ultimately won the costume contest were the people that worked the hardest and came out with a really amazing product. The judges were constantly stopping and asking the ones that they thought were handmade, did you make it all? How long did it take? And stuff like that. And that was obviously a deciding factor on a lot of that. But we're gonna go through some of the pictures that we took on the floor yesterday while I was in costume. I took some, and then Nick took some on his own.
There were a lot of them that I'd like to take while they were, in the middle of the costume contest, but phone's kind of crappy quality, and it was really dark in the room, and it wouldn't have zoomed in close enough and captured it anyways. So
right, there would be a video posted, I'm sure, on the Wizard World. They filmed the whole thing. If not, you can check it out. I know that they'll probably have links to the winners and stuff on their Facebook page, but we'll go through some of the photos that we took. This one here, Nick took this when we first got in yesterday. There was an amazing Captain America Iron Avenger suit. You could tell the trash can lid on the thing, and they actually put lights in the helmet eyes. So that was it's an amazing one. I don't even know where the guy looks out. Honestly, he's probably might have some slits hiding somewhere, and you can't really tell. But the whole eyes on that were all glass.
Oh yeah. Really well done costume.
Yes, and he did not go into the costume contest. I don't know why, but it's really well done.
In fact, I don't even think I seen him late last night, before the costume contest started.
No. Unless the same guy was changing in and out of separate costumes, you never know.
That could be.
Well, you'd know if you asked, but I didn't ask. All right, I took this one. And I know that they're video game characters. I'm a loser because I don't play like Dota or League of Legends. I know the one on the right is a League of Legends, and I think the one on the left is from a Nintendo fighting game, but I just don't remember which. I remembered actually catching what she was in the comic contest, or I keep saying comic contest, costume contest. In the costume contest yesterday, but I don't remember, what or when she is.
I'm sure, if you find a video online, you'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, and there's another one. I took 2 copies of that one. I got some Ghostbusters. Very nice. Some of the proton packs and stuff that these guys put together were pretty freaking amazing. Guys looking down the barrel in the back was pretty damn funny. They were really good. A lot of the the rules are, if you ever gone to a con before, you always ask for permission to take photos of your costumes is not consent, and 90% of the time, 99% of the time, they'll be, oh, sure, no freaking problem, my first one was while we were standing in Lou Frigg. I got to stop and tell this story. My first one was this little girl was with her dad, and these 2 little girls were with their mom and dad, and I could tell she was all being all shy, and mom's like, well, go ask him, and dad was like, well, get over there, ask him. It's like, yeah, and then finally Dad's just like, well, can they get a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, no problem, you know. And well, I was wearing my visor, my Cyclops visor, and I didn't see, but the littler one looked like she was, you know, hiding behind Mom's skirts and stuff. I only expected the older one, you know, she must have been 7-ish, 9-ish maybe, somewhere around there. And, you know, came over, and I thought I just had the one. And I figured, well, the other one was too shy to even come. I'm like, all right, fine. So my peripheral vision, you know, completely gone with the visor on. And take the snap, and all of a sudden I touch the side of my visor for the picture and stuff. And, you know, and next thing you know, I put my arm down. I elbow smashed that little girl right on top of the head. I felt so bad, but that was my first picture. And she just walked away unfazed. It's like, whatever, man. I'm like, oh my God, sweetie, I'm so sorry. But, you know, it was fine. Anyway, back to the pics. What else did I take? I found a really cool, here we got an Edward Scissorhands, obviously a gender bender. Really well done. Some of the details on there were amazing. Looks pretty much just like she walked off the set with it. Must have put some really nice work into that. I found another Cyclops, the only other one there. We had the same belt buckle. We had the same visor from somewhere else. And we got his girlfriend to take a couple pictures. It was pretty good. Got a few of them to look through here. Saw a really cool Gandalf, so we had to take that picture. I was stopped by another gender-bent Magneto that wanted a picture, so we got a couple of snaps of that. And then Nick took the camera. I gave it to him. I said, screw you, I got to go eat something. You take this. If you find anything interesting, you can have it back. And that was it. And then I went to eat, and Nick, take it away.
Yeah, there's a bunch of mashup of villains and heroes from the DC universe, specifically, you know, from Batman. You got Bane, Riddler,
That's Two-Face.
Two-Face, Poison Ivy. I can't remember that guy. Do you know
Mad
him?
Hatter, I think.
Mad Hatter. And, of course, Batman.
I don't
Is
know.
that
I don't know if that's Batgirl.
Batgirl or Cap? Yeah,
I think it's Batgirl.
probably. And then, you know, the Joker and Harley Quinn.
We got a couple of snaps of that. Riddler poses was my favorite. But they actually did they win best group yesterday? Who won best group last night? I don't remember.
I don't remember it either.
We'll come back to this picture.
Tried taking a couple snapshots of Jason Mewes, but you know, that's as far as my camera could go. You know.
Yep. This was actually from a panel. Jason Mewes, really cool. A lot of talking about his 4 years of sobriety and stuff like that. But dude's just hilarious as hell. Just, you know, really, really personable guy. He was, I think, the only one who's just like, you know what, screw this. He walked away from his autographing booth and his photo op booth. Just so, you know, walked over to the rails and stuff, like having people taking free pictures of him and stuff like that. You know, he just doesn't care. He just enjoys all of it and the whole, you know, everything with comics and things like that. It was a really, really fun panel. But anyway, and we were sitting right behind, in that panel, we were sitting right behind this Master Chief. The guy made this in college. It's starting to fall apart. But, you know, I got to talk to him a little bit about how he made it and things like that. So that was really interesting. He was, in my opinion, he wasn't the best Master Chief at the show, but it was nice to see how he made it, and fiberglass, paper mache, things like that.
Yeah, he was only a Master Chief I saw. You saw, sounds like a really cool one with the energy sword.
I saw a teal one with the energy sword. He actually took the energy sword apart, put some LEDs in there so it glowed the proper color. I just happened to notice him as I was walking by one of the booths for the Air Force, because the Air Force had a booth here. Walking past that, and I noticed he was crawling back there because the officers behind, the booth wanted sergeants, staff sergeants and stuff, probably recruiters wanted pictures, and I caught a glimpse of him. So he was actually my favorite. So, all right, and this is one of the winners from last night. It was the best male hero. Nick took this photo.
All right, on the left there's Chun-Li from Street Fighter 2, I believe.
Yep.
And then Dr. Doom on the right.
The guy that made the Dr. Doom costume, he was the one that won best male. Best male is villain. Right. At the show last night. Took a lot of time. Really nicely done costume. Really well done. Who do you got here, Nick?
Khaleesi, Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Saw a few Captain Americas.
Right.
This is actually not my favorite. It's a nice one, but it wasn't my favorite. My favorite was the 1940s one with the actual shield-shaped shield, the army helmet, and stuff like that. I don't think we got any photos of that, but
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's lots of them that I didn't see until the cosplay or costume contest. Good old Agent 47 right there.
Yep, this guy did a great job. I tried to make him laugh, and I couldn't do it.
He did have the barcode on.
He had the barcode right on the back of his head too, so he did a really good job with that.
Should have taken a snapshot of that.
Yep. One of the Poison Ivies from the show with me. Yeah. Nick had camera problems, and that was pretty funny, but it worked out. There's me and my gay little thrown together Cyclops stuff. These were while we were waiting. They were lining up outside for the costume contest. So this is near the end of the night when they were getting ready to do that. What do we have in here? Who do we have in here? I think we had a zombie survivor.
Yeah.
And then is she from League of Legends? The next one on the.
I think so. I forgot her name. She was announced in the costume contest.
Right. We have another Harlequin, and then behind the next three we have from Street Fighter. They went on stage as a group.
Right.
Chun-Li, M. Bison, and Guile. And those were the last ones we got. So I mean, we missed a lot of really good ones. I do remember, however, that the best in show overall went to the Groot that I posted that we caught a snap of on Friday, the first day we got here, standing outside the front, and the guy deserved it. That was an amazing work he put in there. It was
well done,
movie quality and everything else. So yeah, and
he was in character there the whole time, I believe, too.
I think so, and I had a feeling that he might have hopped out to get into something else. There was another really amazing Predator costume there last night. A couple of original characters. I remember there was a steampunk Lara Croft.
Yep.
And things like that. But
was it Randy the Ogre? Or there was someone.
Yeah,
ogre.
Dude had this really cool ogre suit and this giant inflatable gray alien sitting on his shoulders, and I'm just like, what? It's awesome, but what?
Right.
What? So, but I think we got to get rolling. We got a bunch of shit to do before we can check out for the day. We got to check out before we can hit the last day because it's not even noon. We got to be out here by noon. Hit some panels today. Clean up the floor and get any last minute purchases and autographs and shit in. Our Billy D. Williams photo op, and then we get to drive through the ice and snow to go home. So that should be fun. I'm probably just gonna post this later today on Sunday, and then I'll just probably be a day behind because I'm actually gonna go back and edit all these and actually get them how I wanted to. I almost got desperate enough to use Windows Movie Maker, but I'm like, no, fuck that. I'd rather just upload raw footage. So yeah, but. Been a lot of fun. Definitely going to do it next year. We've already got some plans in the works for that. We're going to improve on some costuming. We've decided on that because I think it's something we can really get into as far as actually making this stuff and coming out with some really amazing ideas and products and stuff like that. Once we learn how to work with some of the materials, and so if you can sew, Grandma, I'm talking about you. You're going to be sewing me some costumes pretty soon here. So. All right, I think that'll about do it for tonight. For Saturday's recap. Again, we did not make it out to the Badger Bowl after that to go see the Critical Hit concert. We came back, had some amazing pizza, and fell asleep watching some Stargate, an old Stargate rerun. So that was about the end of it. Said screw this. So you're getting old when. Anyway. We'll talk to you for Sunday's I'll probably be doing Sunday's recap by myself. I'll make sure I get any pertinent footage from Nick before I let him continue on home after I get home.
Yeah, I'll be driving late at night, so I won't have any time to be a part of that.
Right. He's got work to do. So anyway, I've been Dal. This has been Biscuit.
Stay tuned for the last recap.
Yep, and thanks for coming with me to Comic-Con.
It was a great time.
All right. Well, see you guys later. Bye.